Everybody, what's going on? I gotta be quick here, uh, in the middle of doing something. Of course, I'm stopped, as always. Oh, I just realized I have these in. Hang on. Might sound funky for a minute. All right, let's let that catch up for a second. Okay, so this is more like a pep talk, and I've mentioned this before, but go after your dreams. And I say that because look at the state that the world is in right now. Now, I know relatively, I've been talking about a lot of this type of thing as of late, um, but I, I really mean that, and I mean I've always meant that. No matter what the state of the world is, I think it's very important, and I would say that it's more important now, but it's always been important, and for obvious reasons, because why not? Why not take that passion, that goal that you have, and although, some people have the idea that, well, if I take this job, or I take my passion and I turn it into a job, then it takes the fun out of it and it becomes a job. But it's all about the right mindset. Would you rather go and do something that you're passionate about and source income from it, or go work in a cubicle and make income from that, whereas you're miserable, and or you're in a job that's a dead end job, and you're not really advancing or going anywhere. Now, this is not to hate on anybody that's doing that. I respect anybody that does the norm 9 to 5 job. Um, Shout out to you. Like that's cool. All I'm saying is, if you have a passion and it's something that you want to turn into a business, or something that you believe you can make a living from, and maybe it's not a whole bunch of money, but you can live comfortably from, then go and do that thing. So this is a positive thing, me saying this. Um, like I said, I respect anybody that does, like that. If you're a mechanic or you work as a receptionist, whatever the case may be, you're a nurse, doctor, like, great, that's awesome. Some of these jobs really make good money. And it's not all about money. And that's kind of where I'm getting at. To me, I think there's more value, and I would like to think that other people value this, but I think relationships, like valuing each other and being good to one another and building relationships, is just as valuable as making money. Now, some could argue, well, being friends with somebody doesn't put money in my pocket. No, but it's a stepping stone to get to that point to where you are going to make money, and you can make anything into a job. Well, just listen. I'm basically talking about going after what you want in life, because you only get one life. And besides the point of that, but it's like, wouldn't you? I know for myself that I would be much happier, and this is a reason why I'm going after what I'm doing. All the things, whether it's acting, being a freelance videographer, doing something with film, doing content. I'm doing that because I know that I can turn that passion into a form of income. And will I ever meet my mark as far as numbers? I don't know. But I know that I'm going to give it my all, because I'd rather do that than be in a position where I make X amount of dollars and I'm depressed. But look, like, I want to say it again, hats off to you. If your passion is being a mechanic, if your passion is selling insurance, then by all means, like, do that. And I'm also saying, I'm also going to say this. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm saying is, from my experience, I've worked at plenty of jobs that went nowhere. You just cap off. There's no growth. And even jobs that do have growth, if you can find something that you can deal with, something that like you may not, even if you may not like love it, but like are in a position where you're fortunate because you went into a job that you're not miserable, you kind of like it. I mean, that's still fine. So that's still on the table there. And I think that's still a smart decision. But I'm talking about like getting into something, and you know what? Like, we are in a position where we grow up and our parents may say like they force you sometimes to get into these jobs. You know what I mean? They put pressure on you. So it's not always like your fault. But I'm just trying to let anybody know that if you want, you can have whatever you want. You just might have to work harder at it. But I mean, if you're already putting this time and effort into another job, why not put that time and effort into something that you like? So that's what I'm saying here. But yeah, I mean, I respect it. I respect it. Like, work that 9 to 5. Do what you're doing.